It's Michael TV, and right now we're on Animal Safari, and there's been a ton of delays today.
Asante Sana. As we like to say here in Harambe, friends, Twende, that does mean let's go. Jumbo friends, Jumbo, my name is Allie and I'll be your safari guide today on our journey into the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. Friends, I do ask that you remain fully seated during our entire journey. Make sure you hold on to any loose items that could fall. Don't want you to drop anything out there, and it is going to get quite a bit bumpy. Also, make sure you keep all hands, arms, legs, and feet inside the vehicle at all times, and this is a photo safari. So make sure you have those cameras out and ready to go. I will not be able to stop for every animal out here today, but I will try my best to stop one and if I can. We are entering the Little Ajuri Forest. A lot of the animals in the forest are very good at hiding, very good at camouflaging, so we'll see who we can find out here. On our right hand side, you will see that brown animal with the black and white striped legs. That's an okapi. A lot of people think it's related to the zebra because of those black and white striped legs, but it's actually the closest known living relative to the giraffe. Okapi are so reclusive. They were not discovered by the Western world until 1901. Before that time, they were thought to be a mythological creature similar to a unicorn. One physical characteristic the okapi and giraffe do share is that they both have an 18-inch long tongue. That doesn't mean they both can lick their own eyeball if they wanted to.
Can I touch my face? I can? I can't touch my face?
I don't know, can you?
Mom said I can't.
You can.
Hey, maybe you think there's some green alligators? And some long necks?
Up on that hill on our right-hand side, you'll see a tan animal. That's a greater kudu. They are one of the tallest antelope, and they're really good at camouflaging as their coat helps them to blend in with the bark on trees and the dirt on the ground.
Oh, it's a hippo. Okay.
On our left-hand side, just up ahead of us here, you are going to see a black rhino laying down.
Rhino.
Black rhinos can weigh up to 3,000 pounds, although they are one of the smaller species of rhino, if you can believe it. Unfortunately, there's only about 5,000 of those black rhinos left in the world due to poaching. They're poached for their horns, which are made of keratin, the same thing that makes up our hair and our fingernails. One way we can help out not only those black rhinos, but all of the animals in the forest is simply by recycling paper. A lot of these animals do face a large threat from poaching, but also from habitat loss due to deforestation.
Right here, I see. One on the left, too.
The orangish animals on our right are bongos. Bongos are known as the ghosts of the forest because they are rarely seen during the daytime. They tend to stay hidden until nightfall, that way predators cannot easily spot them.
Uh-oh.
Just waiting for the spot to cross. Now, as you can tell, these animals are quite tentative. They are prey animals, so they want to make sure they're not getting in the way of anybody. Now we are headed out of the forest over to the Safi River. Recently there have been some hippo sightings over here, so we'll see if we can spot any for ourselves. Hippos do tend to stay in the water during pretty much all of the daytime. They do that to keep cool. At night, however, they will venture out onto the shoreline where they can eat up to 100 pounds of grass each night.
Kim, there's one up on land.
Alright, we are in luck today. This is a really rare sight to see, but that hippo is out of the water during the daytime. It's hanging out in the shade and eating a snack.
See him, Floyd? See him, Jimmy?
On our left-hand side in the water, you'll see a couple of hippos in the water as well. They look kind of like floating rocks when they're in the water. Hippos can hold their breath for about 8 minutes before they need to come up for any air. On the islands on our left, you'll also see some pink-back pelicans. Pink-back pelicans get their names from the pink flesh skin tone they get during their mating season. Despite being one of the smaller species of pelican, they can have a wingspan of up to 9 feet. Alright, you are going to see a couple more hippos hanging out just outside of the water. Alright, we are about to cross over Croc Bridge. If you guys look down into your left, you'll see why we named it that. Those are Nile crocodile. They can crush those large jaws with a strength of up to 2,000 pounds of pressure per square inch. That's literally bone crushing. Because of those large, powerful jaws, crocodile can prey on larger animals like wildebeest and zebra, although their normal diet dishes consist of fish. Crocodile cannot sweat, so instead they'll hold open their mouths to release excess heat from their bodies. So if you saw them even with their mouths open, they were just trying to cool off. We are making our way out towards the savannah. But before we get out there, I do want to stop by this very special tree that's coming up on our right-hand side. That is a baobab tree. It's also known as the upside down tree. It does remain fully leafless up to 9 months out of the year. It does that to conserve water. Should an animal be in desperate need of a water source, they can retrieve that stored water from the trunk of that tree, giving it also the nickname the Tree of Life.
Get it? See, it was the Tree of Life. See, it's the one that was.
Like when you were a baby, you used to fall asleep on this every time we rode it.
It's about lunchtime. Maybe
You sit on my lap or mommy's lap and you get sleep
Hi.
by the end of it.
You're on YouTube now.
YouTube. No, we don't want to be on YouTube.
Okay.
Alright, on our right-hand side, hanging out in the shade, you
over
will
there.
see a couple of teeny tiny tan antelope. Those are springbok. Springbok get their names from their ability to spring straight up into the air 6 feet when frightened. That is their fully grown size. They'll only weigh about
I'm
100
sorry I
pounds
did
at the very
that.
most.
Okay, you can take it off.
They do have kind of a s'mores
Take this
coloration
off
to their
of it,
coats with that graham
What I'm
cracker
doing
coat
is just
chocolate stripe down the
videoing
middle
the
and
whole
marshmallow
Turn
belly.
around, buddy.
That's what we like to call disruptive camouflage. That helps them to blend into their surroundings.
Giraffes.
Of course, you are going to see some Maasai giraffe up to the right-hand side as well. Giraffe are the tallest land animals in the world, standing up to 20 feet tall when fully grown. They can run speeds up to 35 miles per hour, and they'll only sleep for about 30 minutes of their day. The rest of their day will be spent eating. They eat all day long. They have a very long prehensile tongue. That does just mean it's a very muscular tongue. That does allow them to eat leaves out of the trees easily. On our left-hand side, those are African wild dogs. They're also known as painted dogs, named after the beautiful coats that they have that look like they were almost painted on. Each of those coats is absolutely unique as our fingerprints are to us. African wild dogs are the most successful pack hunters in Africa, even more successful than lions. They have enough stamina, they can chase down their prey until their prey collapses from exhaustion. Lions, when they hunt, are only successful 5% of the time. Those African wild dogs are successful 80% of the time when hunting. Laying down on our left-hand side are some sable antelope. They are the emblem of the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. Their long curved horns are positioned backwards. That does allow them to defend themselves against any predator that may try to sneak up behind them.
What part did I fall asleep on?
On
And then I
either
wake
side
up.
of us, those orangish mounds that we're passing, those are
And
termite
I
mounds
always wake up
made
at
of
the
saliva,
end.
dirt, and
Where?
dung. They can't get as hard as concrete when they bake out in the African sun. Elephants love to use them as a back scratcher.
If you like the
And
bumpy
smaller
part, you'd
antelope
fall
will
asleep
stand
on.
on top of them and use them as a lookout
I
post.
think the bridge you fall asleep on.
There's no specific spot you woke up at.
Yeah, it was nice.
It's like it's boring.
Huh?
It's like it's boring and it puts me.
I don't think it's boring at all.
Okay, if you look up on top of that hill off to our left, you are going to see a tan antelope hanging out towards the top of that hill. That's a Patterson's eland. Patterson's eland are the second largest of all the African antelope, standing up to 6 feet tall just at the shoulder. We'll get another look at it here in just a second. The ecosystem on the savanna is developed and maintained by the animals that live there. Elephants act as bulldozers, tearing down old trees to make new paths for migration. Giraffe act as tree trimmers, trimming the trees, that way the sun can shine down through the grass to help it grow. And antelope act as lawnmowers and hedge clippers, keeping everything looking nice and neat.
Way up there. See it?
I see it.
Oh yeah.
Right, straight ahead of us, about to be on our right, are several
Mom.
wildebeest.
Having a
Wildebeest have been
seizure.
known to migrate in groups as large as 1.5 million all at one time. At night, they'll lay down in rows. That way, if a predator were to strike, they could get up quickly and in an organized fashion to escape. They also get the nickname Gnu, spelled G-N-U, from the low grunting sound they make that literally sounds like they're trying to say the word new.
Am I okay?
Yes. You're okay.
On our left-hand side are some Ankole cattle. Ankole cattle have rather long, large horns. Those horns may look pretty heavy to you, but they are actually quite light. That's because they're mostly hollow. They do contain a honeycomb-like structure, though, that does allow them to circulate blood up into those horns, cool it down, and return it back to their bloodstream, kind of functioning like a personal air conditioning unit.
Pretty ugly.
We are headed just a little bit deeper into the savanna. Moving out of this area
I
and
don't want to
grassland
go
over to a bit of a
Casey's place again. I don't want to go to Casey's place again.
Why? I see elephants. There'll be elephants on your mom's side.
Alright, way off to our right hand side through the trees there, you're going to be able to see some African
I was
elephants.
just trying it out.
And on our left hand side, you'll see some mandrills hanging out on those rocks. Mandrills are the largest of all the
What was it
monkey
called
species.
again?
They do get bright red and blue
Oh,
colorations on their bodies. Both males and females will
I
get
didn't
those
want,
colorations,
when I got
but
that
males will be
tick,
a
I
lot
didn't
brighter in
want to
color
go
than
there
females.
anymore.
Besides, now that winter is here, the ticks will be gone.
Elephants love to flap those large ears back and forth to cool themselves down. That alone can cool them down up to 15 degrees just by doing that. Herds of elephants do consist of all females and their young. Male elephants around the age of 10 or so will go off on their own away from the herd, live the rest of their lives as solitary animals, or they'll form what's called a bachelor herd. That's where multiple male elephants will meet up and form their own herd.
Uncle, did you take the key?
No. I was just feeling your pocket.
through some red clay pits. These are a popular hangout spot for elephants, and I do see some tusk marks in the clay there on our right. Elephants love to dig their tusks into that clay, and they will eat it, as it does contain a lot of nutrients that they need in their diet. They will eat over 400 pounds of food each day, and they'll drink about 43 gallons of water each day as well. Alright, I do see some elephants coming up on our left-hand side. We're going to pull up a bit further where we can see them a bit better.
Mom, you're about to go into a seizure.
Mike.
Both male and female elephants will get those ivory tusks, which unfortunately does mean both are quite susceptible to poaching. Elephants face a large threat from poachers, but they face another large threat, and that's of habitat loss due to deforestation. Or actually, habitat loss because of mining for a specific material that's actually found in most electronic devices. That material is called coltan.
Mom,
We can actually help out elephants
you
by
almost went
recycling
into a
those old
seizure.
unused electronic
You
devices.
barely went into one. Your eyes were about to close. And there
You
was...
see those elephants? They're just back behind those rocks. There's actually a
You were
baby
about
elephant
to
back
close
there.
your
So you
eyes.
see the baby elephant.
Mom,
Female elephants will be
Mom.
pregnant for about 22 months before giving birth. That is almost 2 whole years. When that baby finally is born, it will weigh between 200 and 300 pounds. It will nurse from the mother the first 2 to 3 years of its life. Won't reach its fully grown size until it's nearly 20. Elephants have a lifespan of about 70 years.
flamingos. What do they eat, Mike? Talk about
On our left-hand side, you'll see some greater flamingos. Greater flamingos are the lightest pink of all of the flamingo species. They're not born that pink color, though. They're actually born a dull gray. Then they turn white in adolescence, and then they get that light pink color from the brine shrimp that they eat in their diet. Brine shrimp contain beta-carotene, and that is what will turn those feathers pink.
With brine shrimp. I said pink stuff. No, it's actually brine shrimp. Is this almost over?
On our left-hand side, you'll see a rather large mud pit there. It does look like it's been rolled around in recently. Rhinos love to roll around in mud pits like that one, as they do have very sensitive skin. We'll use that mud as a sunscreen as well as an insect repellent.
Doing, doing, doing. There's been one Animal Crossing. Has this ride break down before?
Alright, we have reached Big Cat Country. We are going to be on the lookout for the only big cat that can purr. Does anybody know what big cat that might be?
Cheetah.
It's a
Cheetah.
cheetah. It is a cheetah. Cheetahs are the world's fastest land animals. They can run speeds up to 70 miles per hour. Only takes them about 3 seconds to reach that speed of 70. I do see a cheetah on our left here. Laying down. It's right next to that pile of broken down tree limbs. Just to the right of it.
Oh, see space. Oh, yeah.
Get a picture. I can see it.
We'll take a cheetah about 30 minutes for their breathing, their heart rate, and their body temperature to return back to normal after running that speed of 70. It does take quite a lot out of them. On our left-hand side, you'll see a Kopi Rock formation. Kopi Rocks are about the only vantage point animals will have out on the savanna. That way they can look out for predators or look for prey, depending on who's hanging out up there. We'll see a couple of lions just at the very edge of that rock formation.
Kim, there's rhinos on your side.
Oh, there's rhino.
And then on our right hand side, you'll see several white rhinos. White rhinos can weigh up to 5,000 pounds. They can charge at speeds up to 35 miles per hour. And despite their rather large size, they are quite agile. They're even able to gallop. Now you may think that the male lion does all the hunting for the pride, but it is in fact actually the female lions. The male will stay back to protect the pride while those females are gone hunting. These lions eat meat.
Pumbaa.
Where's the monkeys?
We missed it already. We already went by. But there's a young warthog.
Right, on our left-hand side, you are going to see some warthogs.
It's a pig.
Down below, you'll see some warthog burrows.
It's a
Warthogs
pig,
will dig
Dad.
their own burrows, but they have been known to steal burrows from other animals as well. As long as they fit in the burrow, they don't really care who made it.
Did
There's a
I
few
miss the
ostriches on
pigs?
our left. Ostriches are the
Where are
world's
the
largest
monkeys?
flightless birds. They can run speeds up to
Where are
45
Here's the rhinos
miles
again,
per
Mike.
hour. On the ground on our right hand side, you will see several ostrich eggs. One of those eggs is about the equivalent to 2 dozen chicken eggs, and an adult human can stand on top of one of those eggs without it breaking. They're very strong.
Rhino eggs that don't break. Yeesh. Rhino eggs don't break.
Rhinos don't have eggs. Ostrich
Alright,
eggs.
we are headed out of the savannah over into Magadi Glen. Personally, I like to think of this as a bit of an oasis out here on the reserve. It's very green, very lush. See if we can find anybody
What's your
back here.
name? Nice to meet you, Ethan.
You tell them
Do you
your
have a
name.
YouTube channel?
Mike, you want to tell them your... They know you... But you want to tell them your name?
My name is Michael. I have a YouTube channel here.
All right, buddy.
Right,
Mike,
on
go
our
find
right
that side.
hand side, you are going to see a large white animal. That's a
Right there.
scimitar horned oryx. It's very impressive. It can go up to 9 months without a drop of water to drink. It will not even begin to sweat until its internal body temperature reaches 115 degrees Fahrenheit. Now you may have noticed it looked like it was a little bit chubby. It's not actually chubby. It's similar to a camel in how it stores water so that it doesn't need to drink very much water very often.
Mom,
Mike. Hey, bud.
Alright friends, unfortunately we have reached the end of our safari. So sad but so true, I know. You guys are going to be stuck with me though for just a couple more minutes while I drive you back up to your dock where I picked you up at.
we were just in the water.
Now friends, if you'd like to learn more about conservation or about the animals you saw in the reserve today, I do highly recommend checking out the Rafiki's Planet Watch Conservation Station. It's about a 5-minute train ride away. Over there you can visit a petting zoo as well as some, there's a vet clinic over there and a nutrition center. You can even learn how to draw some of your favorite characters from The Lion King, as well as some Disney villains. Last train over there will depart at about 4:30 p.m. tonight, so just make sure that you get over there before that time. Wilderness Explorer, you've been riding on the Simba 1. That is Simba like the lion, and then the number 1. If you'd like to see some more animals while you're here in Harambe, I do highly recommend the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail. You can see silverback gorillas, including a baby gorilla. She's just a few months old. She's super little, super cute.
Let me keep.
What you looking at, bud? Oh,
There's also an underwater hippo
There's a hidden Mickey
over there,
there.
and some zebras, just to name a few of the animals that can be found on that trail.
Did I see the monkeys?
I saw them.
Did
They were on
I?
my side. They
The
were on the
trail will
left.
close at about 5 o'clock
I
tonight,
see
so
them?
just make sure
I
you
don't
get
know
over
if you
there
saw them.
before that time. And it is wheelchair, ECV, and stroller accessible.
Are we going to the store exit?
The straw exit.
Yeah, the store exit.
We're going to the exit. There's only one exit, bud.
Mommy's got a pillowcase. You got a pillowcase. Mom,
Alright, friends, we're just going to wait for this truck in front of us to load up with guests, and then we'll be back up to our dock. So go ahead, check around yourselves, make sure you've gathered up all those personal belongings. I don't want you to leave anything behind. That'd be very sad, very unfortunate.
baby. Congratulations!
Mike, don't scream.
Someone has a baby.
I know, but you don't scream.
Excuse me.
No.
Congratulations.
Mike, look at me. Good. Keep it down, that's all.
Alright, friends, and here in Harambe, we don't like to say goodbye. It's far too final, far too sad. So instead, we say kwaherini, which does mean to go well in Swahili. So kwaherini, friends, hope you guys have a great rest of your day here in Harambe
Kwaherini.
or wherever your adventures may be taking you
Kwaherini.
next.
I'm gonna hold you. Kwaherini. Kwaherini.
Close.
Jumbo Warden, Jumbo friends. Jumbo Warden, Jumbo friends.
Mom. Okay, I just hope you don't have a seizure.
Me too.
Welcome back, everyone. Your speed door is going to open. Watch your step as you exit. Make sure you have all of your belongings. If you're not directly helping someone into a scooter or a wheelchair, please head down to the bottom of the ramp. Wait for your party down there, please. All right.
Mom.
What?
Go give Mom a minute.
Mom doesn't know where she put the key.
Did you leave it in the...
No, they told me not to. Gotta be in my purse. This could be bad. I'll let you guys up.
This could mean you have to walk.
I'm gonna look where you were sitting and on the floor. It's not in here, Kim.
Okay.
Excuse me. Hey, I found it. You left it in there by accident. So you didn't.
Why don't you turn that off? Honey?
Yeah, I found it. The key.
Turn off the phone.
The phone. Okay, see you guys next time. Bye.